everybody, welcome back. Today we're gonna be breaking down and smoking a whole tenderloin. Then we're gonna use the reverse sear method to sear the outside. This is one of those quintessential holiday recipes that everybody loves to make. And I'm gonna be sharing my maple herb marinade that we made for Horseshoe Bay Food and Wine Festival. It was a big hit at the festival, and so you're welcome to use that with us, or you can use whatever marinade or dry rub you want with this smoked tenderloin method. So let's get ready to start trimming this up. So this is the whole prime beef tenderloin exactly as it comes from Costco. And the first thing that we're gonna do is start by removing this heel right here. This is just kind of like the side piece. You can also smoke this along with everything, but just to give us one nice piece to work with, we're gonna take that off first. Now we're just gonna kind of look it over, figure out where we see it beginning to taper here on the tail end. Wherever it begins to taper, that's where you want to make your cuts. And again, we're going to be able to smoke this or make some small filet mignons or something for the kiddos. Okay, now usually there's some silver skin on the tenderloins. There doesn't appear to be one on mine today. They might have done a little bit of pre-trimming beforehand, but if so, you're just going to take a good, this is sort of like what the knife that I use to butcher. This is a 6-inch shun knife, and you're just gonna go run your knife along the silver skin and peel it up. I can't do that for you today because there's none on here, but I'm just going to take off the ends that sort of taper down, and then you're gonna be left with this whole piece. Now, many people, they just smoke this center because that's called the Chateaubriand, and you know, it's this uniform piece. I feel like this is enough to smoke. I have no problem smoking this just like this. It's gonna smoke great. I still think that you can go ahead and smoke the heel here. It's gonna give you more portions, and you know, there's nothing different about it. The only thing that I wouldn't smoke at this tail end is too thin. It's gonna turn into a mess. But if we trim this and we cut it into little pieces, you're gonna have fabulous fajitas, sandwiches. So just save this for another project. So I do see a little piece of silver skin. A bit of this tenderloin was already trimmed for me, I can tell. So when it comes to the silver skin, you're just gonna get under it and do this little wiggle technique, and it's gonna take the silver skin off. This stuff will not break down. So if you see silver skin on your beef tenderloin, you gotta gently go under it. This is my 6-inch utility knife, it's a shun, and you're just gonna just gently slice the silver skin away. But other than that, this looks great, and now it's ready for us to put it in a marinade or a beef rub. Okay, so this is what we had when we ended. Now, my tenderloin did not have the chain on it. It came from Costco. I guess they already took it off for me. So what I have here is the whole beef tenderloin. I left a little bit of this edge on so that we have more to smoke. Then I've trimmed up the heel because we can smoke this too. We're not gonna be wasteful when it comes to a tenderloin. And then all those tips and tails that you see, I just cut these up into smaller portions. We're not gonna smoke these. We're gonna use these for like salads, burritos, Philly cheesesteaks, the most delicious stir fry you've ever had. So you just save this for another meal. And then this is our trimmings. This was a little bit of silver skin that I found. So now that we have everything trimmed up, let's move on to our marinade. Okay, so this is the recipe for this pretty easy holiday themed marinade. I've got the maple syrup, I've got 2 shallots, 2 garlics, sage and thyme, whatever herbs that you like that reminds you of the holidays is fine. And then kosher salt and freshly cracked black pepper. That's gonna be the marinade we do this in, and then we're gonna do a dry rub on the outside. So let's start first with the maple syrup. This is real maple syrup. Now I'm using a catering tin to do this in because I have these from all the barbecue that I make. You can use whatever you like. I like this because you can throw it away when you're done. Okay, so we're gonna start with a cup of maple syrup. So now we're gonna cut up our shallots, our garlic, and our herbs. All right, let's get our ingredients in the maple syrup. We've got garlic. We've got shallots. We've got fresh thyme, and we've got some parsley and sage. A little bit of salt and pepper, and we'll stir to combine. Okay, so we're just gonna take our whole beef tenderloin. We're gonna stick them in here, toss it around, get everything all incorporated. Great, and then I am gonna go ahead and use my part of the heel that I trimmed up, and I'm also gonna smoke that. So I'm gonna marinate it as well. Okay, so we're gonna leave it in this marinade overnight. You can leave it 24 hours if you want, but it picks up so many good herb flavors, and in the end, it's just like this little whisper of maple syrup, shallot, and herb, and it's just really nice for the winter holidays. Okay, so we're all set. We've done our 24-hour marinade, and then actually inside, I went ahead and added SPG, salt, pepper, garlic, just a little bit on the outside. So what we're gonna do is I'm gonna add my thermometer. I love meter. I know that my Rec Tech comes with its own thermometer, but you guys know I'm obsessed with this because it gives me updates to my phone. So I'm gonna put the meter in the larger piece here. And then if you went ahead and cooked the heel with me, we'll just use a different thermometer for that because that heel's gonna be done faster than our big old tenderloin friend. So we're gonna smoke our beef tenderloin at 250 degrees. I've got both of my pieces probed. I'm gonna pull them at 120 degrees, and that's gonna take, give or take, an hour. Gonna be probably right at an hour, and the little one will be done first. So go ahead and pull it, then we'll be ready for our reverse sear. Okay, so we have our smoked tenderloin right here. Now you have a lot of options for reverse sear. I have the Blackstone. I love it. You guys know that. And it gets really, really hot. So I'm going to reverse sear on the Blackstone. But here's what I want you to know. You can reverse sear with the grill. Over a charcoal grill would be really nice. You can do this in a pan inside the house with lots of garlic, butter, or whatever you like. So all you have to do, all the purpose of this part of the step is to create a golden brown crust on the outside. And that's why we pulled these at 120, because I want a really medium rare. So I know that as it cooks to sear the outside, we're still gonna be able to have that juicy hot pink center. Okay, we got it hot. We're ready to get it on here. We're gonna start with the little one. Super hot, guys. We want this smoking hot. We want this as hot as it'll go, like a rocket ship. I'm gonna tell you how long per side because I got a spidey sense, but I just want to make sure we have a real seared good crust on all of the different sides. Probably gonna flip it 1, 2, 3. So probably like 1, 2, 3. I bet that's how it goes. And I'm guessing 4 to 5 minutes per side, depending on how hot you can get your pan or your grill or your Blackstone. Oh, look at that. Okay, super easy, super simple, just getting the sear on the outside. Now we're gonna give it a rest, maybe 10 minutes, and then we're gonna slice it up into coins. Okay, as you can see, we have created quite the delicacy. So I've given this a good long rest, and it's wept some of its juices. This is not blood, you guys, just so you know. This is just the meat juices, and it's red from something called myoglobin, so you can use it as like a little bit of a pan sauce. So I'm just gonna start cutting them. Let's cut about this far. There we go. So we pulled at 125, and this is the color that we're getting with that reverse sear. There we go. This is perfect for me. I would not go any more well done than that. So that's a good medium rare for me. I just personally would not take it any further than 120 because it'll rest up to it'll continue to cook up to 125. Then you have to reverse sear it, so it's gonna cook even more. So if you like medium rare like me, pull it at 120. This one went a little bit further, but I think we still have, it's still pink. Great. So I'm just gonna take some of these pan juices, drizzle it over the top, and then I'll have some fresh sprigs of herbs to add. Okay, so what does it taste like? Let me tell you what it is. It's still very beefy. You still have all that shallot and garlic. That maple marinade just gave it a whisper of like winter, of Christmas and the holidays. I actually served this at the food festival with a sweet potato puree made with coconut milk. But if you don't want to go that far, it would be great to make with scallop potatoes, the Boursin mashed potatoes from my cookbook, for those of you who have my cookbook. Any really good potato dish that's going to soak up some of those juices, you are going to love this recipe. Now remember, if you don't want to use this marinade, you can still use this exact technique to smoke any tenderloin that you want. You can put any rub that you want on it, any marinade that you want. I just wanted to share this one with you guys because I'm bonkers for it. It's so good. Make this with your family. Have a very happy holiday season. Make sure to like this video if you found it helpful. It helps other people find it. And subscribe so that we can cook together again. I'll see you next time.